Something that's been happening recently across the South is the removal of Confederate monuments. And the far right really doesn't like that. So in Charlottesville, Virginia, they held a ceremony at night to express that disapproval. Let's take a look. So yes, those are torches. It is nighttime, and that is exactly reminiscent of KKK rallies. That's how they did it. The only thing that's missing is a burning cross and white hoods. That's what it is. And lest you think, well, come on, man, it's just torches. I don't see the problem. The rally was led by prominent white nationalist Richard Spencer. And I'm even a little hesitant. Like, at first I used to call Richard Spencer alt-right. Then I stopped calling him alt-right and started calling him a white nationalist. Why? Because it was clear based on his rhetoric, and he's kind of open about the fact, yeah, I want the minorities gone, and I want it to be a white country. What? I mean, that's what it is. But then I think we should just call him a Nazi or neo-Nazi. Because we saw remember the event in D.C. that he was like the keynote speaker at, and he's talking about Lügenpresse, the lying press, which is Nazi German term, and he repeatedly makes references to that. And he also, people in the audience fucking doing the Nazi salute and stuff. So, I mean, the guys, they're fucking white supremacists is what they are. So you have a rally of white supremacists at night holding torches out in the open because they're mad about a Confederate monument being taken down. Look, maybe there's a small percentage of people in the South who say, no, I'm serious when I say I'm not talking about racism, I'm talking about heritage. Yes, I fly the Confederate flag and I want these Confederate monuments because it's more about my grandparents. I know that they were on the wrong, or my great-great-grandparents, whatever. I knew they were on the wrong side of the issue, but it's about heritage. It's not about hate. I'm not racist. I think there's a small percentage of people who say that where it's true, but I think a lot of people who want to fly that Confederate flag and are defending these Confederate monuments, yes, it is about racism, and it is about, weren't those the days when we could keep the blacks down? Ha ha ha! That's exactly what it is with Richard Spencer. We know that for sure. And, you know, people don't like the analogy, but how is this? I mean, if that represents the Confederacy, then that means it represents slavery. That's just what it is. That's what the war was fought over. People try to bullshit and lie now. I had property rights. Property rights for what? For owning slaves, owning people. So if that's what it is, then I don't know why this isn't akin to, you know, Nazi German imagery. Like, oh, we just want to keep the statue of Himmler up. What the fuck? Fuck off. So we want to keep the statue of Goebbels up. Whatever. It's not a big deal. That does kind of sound like a big deal to me, especially when it's on public land, and therefore black taxpayers are paying to preserve a fucking Confederate statue that represents their enslavement. If you want to fly a Confederate flag on your own land, and you want to have a Confederate statue on your own land, private land, you have every right to do that. I think it probably says something about the kind of person you are, but you still have every right to do it. Doesn't matter what the fuck I think. But this is on public land, no. On state land, no. So the protests are ridiculous.